when you push back the one lot.
Oh yeah, he's like, well, we'll have you come on here. You're hired. We're not going to pay you. We're going to start you off on one lot. Then they give me the $300 up average and the $300 daily loss limit. And I looked at them. It was my first time really understanding what a combine was. And it wasn't called a combine. It's like, we're going to evaluate you and see how you trade on a sim. And I looked at him. I go, as I traded like $5,000 swings. And he looks at me and kind of leans in. He's like, Michael, there's a reason why you're sitting here. And if you're looking for funding, which I was at that time because I was tapped out and I did not want to risk any more of my own capital, but I still loved the game of trading and wanted to figure it out, then that was a humbling moment for me. The humbling moment also was going back to sim after, and I had lost $90,000 real money before all this. So then I'm like, I got to go back to sim. But then I'm like, I got to prove it to you. And then that's when I understood that, like, you have to prove it to yourself and you have to prove it to if somebody's going to back you, that you can manage an account. Can you even scratch an account over a course of a month? And I did not ask for 5 accounts. I did not ask for 20 accounts. That whole thing would have jammed me up. I would have never learned how to trading so many accounts. And that's why I don't think trading a bunch of accounts helps you by any means, but at the same time, I mean. So, but to each its own. Everybody has their own journey. That's just mine. I'm sharing mine.
It was illuminating last week, MP. Thank you, by the way. I'll give that a 2.5 out of 5 for the rant meter. Oh, we had one coming there that was not. Wow. That was a 2.5. And MP, I thought it was very illuminating last week. All these trading experts, all the experts on the social media space, influencers, if you will, call it what you will, talking about slinging size, big P&Ls, and yet everyone's still learning what price limits are. I think it was very, very illuminating what the
they don't know what price limits are. That was a big one. And guys, we had a ton of volatility last week. There are a lot of people screaming and saying, "Oh, this is freezing up on me. This is freezing up on me." I was seeing it too. And the CME sends pre-opens. They were sending pre-opens midday.
That was nuts.
You guys don't know what pre-open is, and again, you have 5 accounts here or 20 accounts somewhere else. You got to bring yourself down to understanding the basics, aka 101 of futures trading, like limits, like price limits. When you get locked in a limit, people are like, "Oh,
order fill."
You guys are just telling us we can't trade during this high volatility." Blah blah blah. I'm like, look, go trade your personal brokerage account. I didn't say you can't trade. You just can't trade like into 7% like downside lock limit. Like, just go. Do it somewhere else. Do it with your own money. Try that out and see how comfortable that is. It's trying to get people's head around the risk here. It's highly leveraged. It's futures, which is highly leveraged. You can get short and long very easily, so it's a great product to trade. But you got to understand the things of it. And volatility last week, I haven't seen that. And the system, people were like, "Hey, it's freezing. It's this." It might have been, but in general, I just told you guys about a loss and a profit target I put in there. Once you put an order in, this thing could freeze up. It could shut down. The whole thing could go blue screen of death and all that kind of stuff. My working orders will get filled. They will get filled. Now, if you're also trading during volatility, they're going to get slipped as well. So just understand what slippage is. That's another thing. So this is kind of like a good educational last week.
Oh, yeah.
Of how bananas it was. And lots of people were like, you guys are this and that. TopStep was doing this to me, blah, blah, blah. But you got to have a stop. You got to have a profit target. Always. You should. Do whatever you want, but you should. I don't have very much sympathy for people who don't, because if you just put an order in and you don't have a stop and a profit target, you could have the blue screen of death or whatever, and it just basically means everything shuts down, and you have no way to get out. So you always got to have your brackets or your position risk limits in on how much you're going to risk per trade. And on TopStepX, he'll always put that in. It's server side. So that was interesting last week, which I think we have kind of a gift or something. I don't know if it's for sure. Is it for sure?
All right.
Yeah, well, hold on. Oh, yeah, Velocity Lodge. Oh, Velocity Lodge. Wait, they think that Top said is BS, no other platform but X does? Oh, terp.
Come on, guys.
Terp.
We get our data directly from the CME. They have velocity limits. Look it up. They had pre-open.
Chicago Mercantile Exchange, man. Terp. This
Yeah.
is come on, Terp.
When you got that much volatility, you have all this data being pulled from the CME. Then you have order matching. Then you have order matching engines, and then you have this. There will be issues. I'm not going to ever say that there won't be issues with any platform. Every platform I've ever traded on has an issue. It's our job to make sure we're protecting our ass by having a stop and a profit target in if you choose to trade during these high volatility times. If you're not doing that, again, I don't have sympathy for those folks. I've been there before.
We're all learning.
Yeah, we're all learning.
I learned that last week. Some of the things that, Shiner caught on. Shiner heard it. He wasn't supposed to say that.
What?
All right, hey, well, we'll move here to the upside in the ES. 54.88. Last year, it was 400 lot, offered at 54.90. Pushing higher here. Take a look at some of the other markets. Nasdaq catching a bit of a bid as well. 19,175.
I'm excited for that.
Dan, was that right? Did VIX top out at 57 last week?
Yeah.
What was it during COVID?
We were down 13%. We were down 13%. Oh, yeah.
For some reason, the number 104 is in my head, but I don't know if it was that high.
Order filled.
Really?
Yeah. For some reason, I have that number. Somebody said 109, but it was somewhere up there.
Oh, yeah. I learned a lot last week. Based on
another thing last week, two Dre's. There's some people I was getting hit on Twitter like, I'm a scalper. This is BS. I'm like, last week was their 100 handle moves in the S&P. And I've been looking at the S&P. Last week was all S&P trading. Go figure. I made money. I just think the Nasdaq is so thin and crazy and erratic. But like to be a scalper that then says, hey, I'm still trading that same strategy scalping wise, even though these are moving 300 points in the Nasdaq and within 5-minute bars and things like that. So.
A lot of squeaky wheels. A lot of squeaky wheels for market conditions that no one's ever seen before.
I'm excited for that. What you posted over the weekend, MP, that is under construction.
Oh God! Oh, you guys, that's gonna be.
Oh yeah.
Can you guys share that Twitter thing so you guys can see, or even the image? Yeah, let's do this. Let's talk about the studio.
All right, let's do it.
If you can bring,
all right, let's talk
bring
studio.
that image in. Yeah, bring
This
the image
is
in.
cool.
Look at that.
Okay, guys. So check this out. So you're gonna walk into the. You can walk in off the street with the very top, or that yellow, or that red line right there. You walk in, and that whole chair setup right there probably won't be there. But that pit will, and that pit, if you look to the far left of it, has some stairs that go up to it. We're pit reporters, so it's kind of the same setup as like pit, where it'll be above ground a couple and then go down into the ground. And then it'll have desks, standing desks that you can see across to the other pit of the individuals that are trading there that we invite to come in here. You're going to have the desk right there, the ESPN desk looking thing. Probably won't have 8. Maybe I think it's going to have 4. Maybe it might have 6. Or maybe it's the same. I don't know. But it's going to be like ESPN studio. Think of Kramer studio or whatever. Bye and all this. You'll have all that back there, and then Johnny can get up and be like, "Hey, let's go talk to our traders." We follow him all the way to the pit. There'll be cameras everywhere. Follow him in the pit. You'll see whoever's in there. Maybe Andre's sitting up in the pit reporter booth, looking down at them, and they're looking up while they're trading and having a conversation there. Cameras up from all angles. Everybody had a great trading day, or people got smoked. There's the bar right there, top left. And
series.
And this
series. Yeah. You got the pit. You got series.
And then we took CBOT and we miniaturized it, put it right here, and we're going to camera it out, mic it out, and it's going to be something we invite you guys to come trade with us, and then you'll be a part of the show. So that's really what we're trying to do. Is you guys are the spotlight. When I say you guys, everybody who trades in TopStep is the whole reason why we created TopStep TV, is so we can put a spotlight on you. Now we're going to have a place for you to come in, also a place for you to stay when you come in. The TopStep first office penthouse in Old Town, which is getting redone as well to accommodate this, and has been donated to TopStep, so pretty much to use for this whole fly them in, house them, let them see Chicago, follow them on their way down to the office, and then film the Top Step TV show from bell to bell with the traders that we invite in there. I think it's going to be really cool. And you kind of see that with a lot of these other companies that are popping up TV.
Cool. Definitely going to be.
Yeah.
So the board.
There's other people popping up TV networks or whatever. We're the first one to do it. And that's kind of when we moved away from like affiliates. We're like, we're not working with affiliates because we're going to work with our best traders. Why are we working with an affiliate who's just going to hawk whoever pays them the most? And no disrespect on that, guys. There's no disrespect on that. But then the times have changed, and so should affiliates, and so should TopStep, so should the industry. And you're seeing that right now because people are now who's the best trader. Other people are inviting some of our best traders to their studio. That you might see that more. You might see me bring on other CEOs from other firms that you could call competition, but I just think they're all different camps. And what camp you want to train out of and get funded by and go compete in the markets with? So that's kind of the exciting part about the evolution of the space, in my opinion, is that, and then showcasing the big board folks and saying these are the guys that are seeing the market very well, right here, right now. Because you can see the market well right now, but then 3-4 months from now, like shit the bed and like I can't trade my way out of a paper bag. That happens. But some of the people that stay on the big board is very interesting people that you should be listening to. These are the ones that you should be listening to, in my opinion. So that's what we're trying to do.
Can you dig it? Can you
I'm
dig
excited
it?
for it. I'm excited having a group of people there trading, talking market. It's going to be amazing. We're going to have so much fun.
I think you know what's cool. You posted a text from your friend last week that said, they heard about the volatility in the markets, and the first thing they did was turn on TopStep TV, right? Where in the past that would have been Bloomberg, that would have been CNBC, right? But it's, hey, the markets are moving. Let me see what actual traders are doing about it by tuning in to TopStep TV, and that puts the show in a different conversation, which is pretty cool.
Well,
so
yeah,
it's good to see the investment into growing it.
Yeah, it's we don't sell advertisements on here. If anything, we always position TopStepX and the great things that it can do. So everybody's learning. So it's everybody's kind of in our dojo camp of MMA or mixed martial arts. You know how they have camps. I keep going back to this one. We used to call it, let's create the Michael Jordan basketball camp, aka the best traders out there. Find the Jordan of trading. John, Eddie, you guys have known me, always saying that. So that's why we've always been very adamant on like investing in that. Because in general, if you take care of your traders, they stay there, they get better. The ones that are serious, the ones that are squeaky and look for the easiest next fine thing that's out there, easier, cheaper, faster, flash sale. Don't get caught in that. I mean, the last thing I'll kind of say is, you guys see how many new props are popping up in the chat? You guys see all those? Lots of them. FX World is going to try to come into the futures world, and all these new ones, which is fine, but you really, I think there's already enough good companies out there now, and I can name them. Earn to Trade, Trade Day, Tradeify is good. I like the guys. I like the Take Profit guys. I like the Futures Desk. There's these, they're already there. So it's like, another one. I see people like, hey, I'm going to go try it. What are you trying? Trying out like a new, slightly different thing, a part of their program. If anything, you need to go narrow and deep on one and be like, hey, I train out of, Earn to Trade. I train out of Trade Day. I train out of TopStep. And they got me to where I'm at. Pretty capital. Dan Emmons, I saw you in here. You got fun with that one. And I retweeted your tweet about them helping you get to where you need to be. And I know you've been at us. I know you've been at others, I think. So like find one that works best for you and go narrow and deep. That's my thing. People are, I gotta diversify my portfolio with a bunch of firms just in case one goes under. There hasn't been one go under except the one that was going without a name. Everybody saw the writing on that wall the minute it started. So it's a very fun time in this industry right now, in my opinion.
Board of Trade building. That studio could have been yours, Board of Trade building. They didn't want us to come in there. Historical building. Could have been you at Board of Trade. I said, no, get away. Could have been you guys. Very, very cool.
I had that in the CBOT, right?
Yeah.
But out in the CBOT, and they're like, oh, we're going to put a museum on the first floor of the CBOT. We're like, what? We could put a whole studio there.
Studio on this. We're gonna activate
new
this.
trade.
A little selling here in the.
I do 159.
You're short from 159. Okay, cool.
I don't know if you heard me before. I just added to it. So 2 minis.
159 Dakota.
Right. Looking for this thing to sell back off to the low of this range.
Yeah, that was
this low, like back to the 040s, but we'll see. It's very volatile.
All right, the president is scheduled.
Dakota?
What's that?
Dakota.
How many are you short?
2 minis.
2 for 159. President about to speak here is with the president of El Salvador. We will keep an eye on that. Top of the hour has come and gone. We got some speakers coming here as well, aside from the president. We've got Barkin in an hour. We got Waller high noon. Go ahead, Dakota. Talk to us about this trade.
Yeah, I just want to see this sell off now. Trump speaking, so yeah, there's always hesitation when there's that big tape bombs coming in out of nowhere. Looking for this market to rotate back down here towards these 040s, 050s, 060s. Close one off if we get a push lower towards maybe a dip towards 090s. We're headed towards 19,100, but we shall see. This is a very, very volatile market, even though it might not feel like it right now because of what we went through last week. I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it in the P&L fluctuations and these points, up 30, down 30. It's still extremely volatile.
Crude's still selling off. New lows crude, $61.47. All right, we'll keep an eye on that. The president is scheduled to speak. We got some announcements. We got some footage from Vegas. They got me with the body cam on, tearing it up on those dune buggies. But before we do that, MP, I want to ask the people. You talked about a gift, MP. I've been giving clearance that we can tell the people what the gift is.
Is it for everybody? I didn't know. I think it is.
On all platforms, all traders.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh.
All
traders.
TopStep. Go to One Shot. My man's going to deliver some really, really good news for you. Look at that.
Go ahead.
Bill Coffee.
No,
couldn't log in.
Friday afternoon, it's towards the end of the day, and I'm like, okay, everybody had a rough week. We had big winning days. We had lots of losing days. We had some people talking about freezing and platforms and what's pre-open, what's limit. Are they going to lock me out? Should I do this? So all that being said, we're just going to toss everybody a free reset. Everybody, every single person, every single whatever platform you're on, whatever. So that will be coming. I think the email's coming out today, tomorrow, or something. I don't know. You would know better than I would, Dre. He just stepped away. But yeah. So if anybody knows when it is coming out, I don't know the exact time or if it's today. So everybody's going to get that per account that you have.
Wow.
Nice.
When's the last time we did that? When's the last time we done a reset?
Many moons ago.
Yeah.
Someone in the chat definitely knows.
Yeah, look at that.
Have we sent the email?
Not yet. But I better let the viewing numbers go up after that. Watch this.
Email has not gone out there, MP. Email's looking for the end of day potentially as of right now.
Okay. So please, guys, don't ask. Or when's it? I haven't seen it yet.
It's coming.
Just know that it's coming. Stay focused on your current. Only for all actives last week. So if you're just started today, maybe you're a part of it. I don't know how that works. But you had to have an active account last week. We're pretty much saying, here go, guys. We know last week was bananas. Here's our way of saying, reset yourself if you need it, or hold this until you do need it. If you last week you were crushing it.
There's the gift.
There it is.
We didn't even have to say fire drill.
Remember those days? Remember when you busted out the fire drill out of nowhere? Andy, where's Andy in the chat? Create a monster fire drill. Help the numbers. It did get us off the ground, Michael. It had.
It did. It was like, there's got a lot of numbers, and you see with other TV people that are doing what TopStep TV is doing, give away things, and you boost the numbers. But it didn't really. It kind of muddied the content, quality content, I would say, in the chat. Real good conversations, and it just like, as you guys kind of saw, is that kind of like we went away from that. For people always coming on here asking for that, because you guys are getting upset. The serious ones are like, hey, this is annoying. Why does everybody keep asking about? And we'd have to keep moving the comments. We're like, let's just stop giving away stuff like us and do it in a different way. So we started doing Top Step VIP. And that's really about, are you coachable? Are you here and committed? Are you serious? Okay, check in. And then here's an invite. That's going to start back up here very, very soon. I think in the coming weeks. Another one of those. And then we're going to invite another 500 people.
VIP season 3, Michael. VIP season 3 sign-ups, check-ins coming soon, very, very soon. MP, I remember you had enough of the fire drill. We had a fire drill scheduled for, I don't know, called 11:30 a.m. And the chat was going crazy. And by 10 a.m., you canceled the fire drill. You just canceled it, and the chat went absolutely nuts. The tech team, the marketing team went absolutely crazy behind the scenes. Like, Michael, we have to do this. No.
Did we do it?
We did it. Yeah, we did it. We did it.
Well, I mean, I am trader with you guys all. It's like we're all at Michael Jordan's camp. I'm not saying I'm Michael Jordan. I'm saying we are trying to find great traders that take the game serious and want to be the best at the game that they can go out there and play in the markets, athlete of the marketplace type of folks.
This market's going. Selling off over here.
Yeah,
Start talking.
Here we go.
Talking.
These are for combines. These resets are for combines.
Combines only. Okay.
Yep.
Thank you, Robert.
Mo made a great point. In the chat. I think we should be at least at 2,000 likes right now.
Let's get these likes and subscribe. Exactly.
Yeah.
At least 2,000.
Mo. Yeah. Click like, follow, subscribe. Click the bell. That's the notification. We are selling off here. Notify. You'll get the alert on your phone. Tap in 6 days a week. We're trying to go 23 hours a day, 6 days a week. You'll know when Top Step TV is going live. So click that notify, click that bell. Nice little trick there. All right, see some selling here. Dakota, 19,055.
Yeah.
You are short. You are 100 points in the money. You are 110 points in the money.
Nice job. All right, I'm flat. That's about my target. There we go. 200-point bangers today.
Wow.
Nice trade.
Wow. Okay, here we go. Locking myself out.
What got you into that again? What got you into that?
We got some biscuits here coming from the New York Fed. One in inflation expectations rise 3.58 to 3 versus 3.13. In March, households were more pessimistic about the jobs and future earnings. New York Fed also says the share of households seeing the worst financial situation is the highest since October 2023. That's what I've got here off the wire from the New York Fed.
Damn.
All right,
start to set short back on Dakota.
Hey, that's fine. I'm fine with that. I'm locked out. $2,500 today. Let me show you what got me into it.
Just want the short bet.
You see this range we've been in tonight? I mean, today since we've opened, right? Like this range, you could see it.
What chart is that time period?
This is 1 minute. I typically look at the 5-minute chart, but this is what it is from around these 180s, 170s down to the slower end. And what I've seen is we had this fake out right here, that rejection. And over here on the 100 tick chart, you can see it a little bit better. See how we tried to break out, we failed. And then I got in as we started to sell back off again. And I was just looking for a rotation back to the bottom of this range, which is going to be these 40s, 50s. Got it.
So, what are you up on today?
$2,500.
My man.
2,500. Wow, I think it's 500. I'm like, okay.
Jab, Dakota?
25.
I
was down 1,700. I was down 1,700.
Oh, wow. Nice turnaround on a Monday.
Yeah.
Hell of a turnaround.
Jab.
And Dakota, what I noticed you're doing last week, we're seeing those big P&Ls up $10,000, up $15,000 days. Maybe we don't see them again. We don't hear from those. Obviously it's nice to put up those big ways. I've seen you change. You're putting up $3,000 here, $4,000 here, losing $100, losing $1,000 here, making $6,000 the next day. And I think you've kind of found your sweet spot for P&Ls, daily P&Ls, and that's big time pro ball trading.
Until these markets start to settle down a lot more, Andre, and I'm fine with that. Like I said, when JD was giving the top 5 leaderboard, I mean, it'd be nice. I mean, I remember like last year at this time, these numbers would be top 5 daily, where I was on the top 5 leaderboard almost daily with these numbers, and I'm fine with that. I love seeing traders do better than that. If $3,000 does not get you on the top 5, Top Step's doing something right.
It's a good thing.
Yeah, that's good.
Crude new lows.
or John Jones, yeah, thanks for the VIP experience. I learned so much. Glad you did. I'm glad you got a part of it. The VIP experience. We're hearing just a ton of great things that are coming. Coach Dakota right here. Dakota, he's on here. You see how he quoted one account? He said $2,500. I'm up. He didn't go. I'm up $25,000 because I have 10 accounts and I copy 10 accounts. No, it's one account. Yeah, jab away. So the effort that he did, kind of my point with this one is when he said 2,500, I'm like, I'm starting to see these influencers and kind of lean into this, like, oh, but I made, this. And this is my copy trading bug always. Like, you put $2,500 of effort into this, Dakota. So just times it by 10 and then quoting 25,000 is not $25,000 worth of trading work. You had $2,500 worth of trading work. Now you're in a hole, and Eddie just said jab, 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 and you jabbed your way out of it, and then you say 2,500. I just like that. I know it's a lot one account. I don't know. My mind's just around the people that extrapolate their one day, make it look like they're a $30,000 a day trader, which they're not. They could be a $300 a day trader or whatever they do, however many multipliers they have. So I just really appreciate
man. It's the same process. The same process that you do it in one account, regardless of whether you have copy trading 5 or 20, it's the same exact process. You click the button to short up here, you buy it back lower. You follow the same process. I've been trying to beat that through all of my VIP traders. Like, hey, it doesn't matter whether you're one micro or a mini, you follow the same freaking process. At least if you're trading micros, you don't have to click the reset button or pay an extra combine fee, or you don't have to blow your account. And I'm starting to see the VIP teams finally sizing down and trading more consistent.
Question for Jay, head coach of the Lunatics. Head coach of the Lunatics.
What's up, Jay?
Also, I think you were coach of season 1. You were the most valuable coach, I do believe, in season 1. Ooh. So now you're in season 2, Coach Jay. Compare and contrast your team, your team, season 1 Lunatic team versus season 2 Lunatic team. What are you seeing commonalities, differences?
Oh, that's tough. So commonalities, I see that every time we have a meeting, there's in general about 12 to 15 people that join. And it was the same thing last time. I'm not sure if it's a scheduling thing where it works for this group of people. But what I've seen maybe a little different than last time is the last group was maybe holding onto accounts just a little bit longer than this group is currently. We focused a lot on the risk management side and just managing losses first. So I think what I'm seeing with this group is they were uncomfortable with that in the beginning, right? Where I was just like, $300 daily loss limit, don't lose more than that, don't trade more than X size. And a lot of the traders had a tough time in the beginning sticking with that, because I think it's more than just a technical thing. It's accepting that that's what the risk has to be, which is hard to do. So we had a lot of losses early on. But I think now that they've gotten that part out of the way, and now we can just focus on taking the trade setups, we should see some better results through the last month here. But
you said 12 people, 10 to 12, 10 to 15 show up. It's a 20%
about 10 to
rule.
15 show up every day. Yep.
You have 50 on your team, guys. We see this all the time. It's not like everybody puts in all the effort and takes advantage of everything. It was like 80%. What was the 80-20 rule? How does that one go? 80% to those that are successful, or the 80-20 rule?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, 20% of your people show up. 20% of your people show up and put in the most amount of effort.
Yep, I'm seeing the same thing too. Same thing. And those traders, even though they struggle, they're the ones that, hey, they're still struggling, but they're showing progress from what they used to be.
Yeah, showing up.
Right. Yeah, and that's a great point, Dakota. It's not that you magically show up and you're automatically going to get, results, right? We're talking about we're talking about trading where we hear it all the time what the low win rate is, but I think these people have a better chance because they're there asking questions, right? They can get their questions answered. Even if I can't answer the questions, right, I can point them in the right direction. Say, hey, you know what? Don't talk to me about it. Go talk to so-and-so. They might give you better guidance, but you can't do that if you don't show up.
I like that. All right, we got about 15 minutes till Euro close. We also have some awesome announcements. Dashboards. This is Eddie's job. Eddie, you tell the people the announcements. What am I doing here? I see what you're about to talk about. Let the people know what you're going to be bringing here, Eddie. Come on in, man. 15 minutes till Euro close. My bad.
We're not done. We're not done with exciting information that we're going to share here. Talking about this dashboard. What's this dashboard? something new. New Top Step dashboard. If you haven't heard about it, every day we're letting more and more traders into the new dashboard. I think, Michael. Things that we're adding to this dashboard are bank your resets for future use. If you're not going to use it, keep it on your dashboard when you need it. There it is. Real-time stats. Put a trade in. Go to your dashboard. There it is. Instant Express funded account activation. Instant payout deductions. And the thing is, since it is ours, we can add a lot more to it. And if you haven't heard, these invitations come with a 25% discount on any size trading combine. Any size trading combine, 25% off, and it's good for up to 5 accounts. So we've got the link here. We're going to put the link. There it is. Early access to our new Top Step dashboard. Click that link. All right. If you haven't already done so, get yourself on that wait list. So this is currently only available to traders in the United States, but soon the new dashboard will be available to all. And for those outside the
Order
US,
filled.
Yes, we still love you, and you can still sign up now to secure your spot for the new Top Step dashboard experience. So everybody hit that link if you haven't already and get in line. Also, last week, if you missed it, shame on you. Trading psychologist and author Dr. Brett Steenbarger came by the clubhouse this past Thursday to give tips on how you can master your mindset. Hogan himself went deep for an hour on all questions that you wanted answered from the top of the trading psychologist. We're dropping that link in now so you can
order filled.
Download. There it is on YouTube. If you missed it, bookmark it, save it for later, and when you got some time, definitely review it. And that's what I've got so far. Oh, you know what? We're gonna do the. I think so. We got. Might as well keep going here. 1 p.m. We've got Top Quiz. Remember, Top Quiz used to just be on Fridays. Remember, Top Quiz, we didn't have it all. But now we're having Top Quiz Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Yes, today is Monday. We'll have one here at 1 o'clock here. Top 25 winners will get an entry into the Top Step VIP and Season 3 draft. And that's coming up pretty soon. It's coming up real soon. So then at 1:15, we have our Live Funded Traders real live couple, Daryl and Rain, coming on to trade with us. Daryl's currently ranked number 43 on the big board, the Richard Petty, the big board. He's maintaining 76% winning day percentage and took out 11K payout last week. Party on. Rain's working hard in 2 trading combines after recently losing her funded account. She was ranked as high as number 80 on the big board, and that was early in February. And that's what I've got for announcements. Great announcements here. And I'm going to pass this back to Andre. Andre, back to you, my brother.
Great job, Eddie. Announcements, news. Man, Eddie.
Good stuff. Effects.
Well, kid comedy, man. E-money. Gets them every time. Man. All right, let's take a look at these markets. Dolby time, house account. We're locked. We're not locked out anymore. House account's back.
No, we're open. Minus 540, and I think that crude oil trade they had is doing very, very well.
Yeah, Hope, come in here for a second. The crude trade. Talk to us. We are short. I saw you guys talking in the Slack about risk reward. Take us behind the scenes. What were you and JD talking about?
All right. So, opening range trade in crude oil. Opening range remains the high of the session. The market put in the IB low. It had a failed downside auction, but it never re-accepted above Friday's high. We talked about that a little while ago, around 61.85. Never really showed acceptance up there. So now we're continuing to push lower. What we're looking for is a value acceptance play to the downside, which I have value high, TPO value high here at 6207. No, wait.
That's what we're short from.
Man, we have volume value. We're short from 6207. That's value high for today. Volume value high is 6182. So we're in a volume value acceptance play right now. So I was just talking to JD. We've got the Volume point of control from Friday at 61.5. We're below that. I want us to stay short as long as we stay below the initial balance low, 61.55, because there's potential for this market to continue to roll to the low of value. Volume value low, I see at 60.16. It's relatively close to the TPO point of control, 60.16, right down here, right down in this area. So if we reaccept inside of value, which we seem to be doing, you never really know, but if we do accept back in value from yesterday, then the probability of reaching the other extreme of value is high. That's why I've got us really trying to stay in this trade. Really want it to hold below 61.55, the IB low. If that's the case, we're going to stay short this. Got a nice profit in it now already, though.
Beautiful trade.
Winners
Beautiful
ride.
trade. Volume value.
Everyone's flat.
Value.
I know Dakota's done. Dakota's up to about $2,500. Jay, you're flat, yeah?
I'm flat. Yeah, maybe looking to get back in long here just to kind of play this range that we've been in. But yeah, I'm flat right now. I got out of that trade at 19,150. Kind of right before Dakota got in to that short. Nice trade, Dakota.
Dolby time house account is well flat on your end. We have like they said, the crude trade. Go ahead, Dakota.
I was gonna say that gap still looks very attractive on
what gap?
At least making a run for it.
What are the gap prices?
I like. Yeah, so from here in the Nasdaq, the gap starts at like 820s, 820s, and currently goes to 18,930s. I do like
show it on your chart.
Play. Yeah, you can see it, right?
So people are like,
yeah.
What's he talking about? This gap. What's this gap?
This gap. This is where we open up Sunday night. Sunday night when the market's open.
Where you
gap.
Where you get all your
you
clothes.
have all the way up to 19,225.
So Dakota's trying to teach here, Michael.
Sorry, Dakota. Go. Sorry. Hit
what was I saying again?
Nothing about
the gap. We're
Banana Republic, the gap.
Nothing.
Yeah, we're talking about Banana Republic, the gap. I don't know.
Dolby.
Whatever.
All right, 18,820. 18,820 upside of this Nasdaq gap from Friday close to Sunday reopen.
At this gap. Yeah, I would not be surprised if we get this filled by the end of the day. I mean, this market is looking a lot heavier. The fact that we keep rejecting these highs, and we're not coming back up to test these 240s, 250s. But I like Jay's. I mean, don't trade it unless you want to trade what you see, and what we see is consolidating markets. So
maybe a little bit of short covering here, Dakota, into Euro close, and maybe we end up getting that cover once Europe is done. Kind of curious to see where we end up in about 8 minutes. Maybe shorts will come back in.
8 minutes. Yes. Euro close. Thank you for that, Dolby.
It's feeling very similar to Friday's price action, where we ranged for the first half of the day, and then right after like 12 p.m. Central Time, we started to find a direction. I have a hard time believing that we stay in this range the entire day. It could happen.
Why?
It hasn't.
Why?
It just has not happened over the past month and a half. When's the last time we really had a range day outside of rollover week, right? And even then, those were huge ranges. So far for the New York session, we're talking about a 270 point range, which if this was 6 months ago, then this could be the range for the day. But it feels a lot like Friday, where we'll range here, and then sometime in the afternoon we'll get a move. So I'm kind of being patient and waiting for that as well, right? Where there might be some better trade opportunities later on.
Jay,
go ahead, Hogue.
We were talking earlier about the fact that we haven't even left that first 30-minute bar from the open last night.
Right, and we're still in it. Initial balance, high and low, have not been penetrated. It's setting up as a range day, at least for now, until something changes. Right.
If I was not in it, if I was not locked out, I'd be looking for shorts.
With you,
really?
You can still call them out, Dakota. Though
absolutely, Dakota. Okay. Go ahead. Dolby, talk to us.
No, I'm just saying a short breakdown, looking to go test 19,000 and break down below 19,000. Go fill some of the gap. I like 19,000. Big round number. We tested it when we first opened up. We haven't tested it.
Order filled.
I think we go test it right here, right now. Let's see if we could break down.
All right, let's trade 19,030. All right, well, some people are going to be skeptical of this trade idea. If you want to take it, please call it out. Dakota, they're like, oh, you're going to be shorting around the low of the day. What is the thought process about taking the short with where we're at in the price relative to the range from overnight low to high, Dakota? What's the thought here?
Yeah, when markets consolidate and then they expand, they break out in any direction, right? I mean, we're seeing it right now in front of you, right in front of our eyes. You're seeing the market start to pick up speed. We are breaking down a little bit, starting to, and testing these 016s. And then, selling here feels weird because it's the low, right? It seems like it and looking like the low. But then that's part of the breakout trade is you buy or sell on the extreme. Like if you think it's going to break out, you're going to break out. It's okay. Break up, break down. So breaking down is meaning that the market's going to keep going lower. So you sell low and then you look to buy it back lower. It's counterintuitive what a lot of traders. I think that's what I'm trying to say. Jay,
breakout trade.
MP. You guys know what I'm trying to say here.
Steve just said it in the chat. He said, "Don't be the shorting in the hole guy. Just look left. It's not a hole."
Question. That's why I asked the question.
Just look,
I knew it was coming. So I figured we get it out of the way. But
the biggest loser wins. I mean, is that Hogarth's big thing?
Yes.
Best loser wins.
Counterintuitive. So just what Dakota.
Yes.
Watch it work. Watch this work.
I haven't got him coming on here yet, Johnny. He hasn't said yes yet.
Where would you take the short here?
I think it would be wonderful to get him on here, but I don't know if he'll come.
Maybe if we get Dax. That's a big Dax guy.
He's pretty cantankerous.
Might sell a lot of books.
Hey, Dakota, we're going to try to get Peter Brandt on here. He wants to talk.
I know. We got him. I'm excited. Get him on air, face to face.
Oh man, remember that segment?
Yeah, he's
that's old school, Trey. That's old school one.
That was old school. Talking shop. That was first. All right, here. Well, let's see if we're gonna see this breakdown. Dakota, you called this here in real time. We are.
Yeah, I mean,
you want to show all the 20s? Yeah. Now we're trading 18,993.
Yeah, it was the breakdown when I first mentioned it, and it was
P20
break. I mean, we're seeing it right now.
Damn, Dakota. Why shorten the hole, Dakota? Right? Why shorten the hole, Dakota?
It's going lower. Buying was a good idea down there.
All right,
but you can imagine everyone who's long for the day. This is where their stops were. This is where they're going to be bailing out. If you were long, you're.
As long as we're Yep.
Yep.
I always think about what you would do, where your stop would be if you would have gotten in. To stick with the trend of the day, which has been slowly creeping higher. I'm looking at the S&P right now. Yeah, you're going to see a bunch of stops.
New lows. Perfect read there.
Order filled.
Great read. New lows, 18,969.
Order filled.
967s in the Nasdaq. New lows ES, 5441.
What a huge mistake, man.
Dakota.
Huge mistake. Oh, crap.
What? Only had a runner.
Hold on.
I shorted all.
Right. Say good morning to Deanna. Deanna's in the chat here with us.
Good morning, Dee. Good afternoon to her.
Good afternoon. Good evening.
Maybe some stops below those 960s. Only for the very, very brave, though. Only for the very, very brave.
If I was long last night, this looks like a good area. Like these 940s.
Order filled.
Just having your stop loss right below that, like maybe 920s, 919 would be a great run of some stops. That looks juicy.
What did you see there, Dakota? Why was this the time? Why was this time you think we're going to make new lows? We have obviously got hit the gap fill. But what did you see this time around? We are 2 hours into the trading day off the New York session. We got 1 minute until the London close. What did you see? What did you see? Look at this.
There's a little bit of experience and intuition. I talked about it a little bit last night. You've been there so many times where a younger me would have been buying that. 100%. It just looks so tempting to just buy it.
Oh yeah,
and it's the low of the range.
We could play the range. There's a good risk reward, and it's just let's see it. And then when I started seeing just these highs get rejected, push back down, it's like no, the better trade is to go against what a lot of traders are looking to do, and that's short this thing and down to the gap fill. If this gap wasn't there, it might be a different story.
Beautiful. Absolutely
Okay. Speaking of different, I got to shift gears, Dre. I got to go to my 9 to 5. And when you go to your 9 to 5, if you're up money on the day, can we go to my screen?
Do it.
Just to stay focused on your 9 to 5, you can see at the very top. It's green. Lock it up. All day. Lock it up. All day, every day. Lock it up. So now I'm going to do that little lockout emoji thing that you guys do out here. Boom.
Good. Lock it up. Boom. Bam. Grab it. Bam.
There you go. Batman and Robin punching each other.
Yeah, Vegas. Hey,
now I have no urge right now, Dre. Zero urge right now. Well, I have an urge, but I have no opportunity to itch it to trade, which is a great feeling. That's a feeling, folks, that we're trying to do with the lockout. It gets you back. Now you can focus on your day. Go work out. Go to your 9 to 5. Like I got to go do meetings.
Stay right here for 1 second. I want to show you how fast I drove those buggies. You weren't there. It was cold. Hit a game. Show them in Vegas. This is how you rip around those dune buggies, man. Watch, just hit it right now. MP, watch this. Body cam too.
Granny drive.
All right. Real fast here. Let's knock this out. About a minute and 40.
That looks like Utah. This is Las Vegas.
Thank God. The first shall be last and the last shall be first, James.
What do you remember from the time trials last year? What was who finished first?
I did. That's what I remember.
What was by how many seconds and how?
I don't know about the seconds. I don't care about anybody else. I got number 1.
Look at that. Who wants to short America when you got that flying overhead? All right, Top Step TV will report back after the time trial. I'm going to get in line.
He's going. Off he goes, trying to beat the record of 32 seconds. Will he beat the fastest time?
37.4. Oh. Wow.
It's James in the Top Step buggy.
Well, you were in your 40.
37.10 for James D. Andre, you're up next. How you feeling?
I'm very interested to see what I'm going to do. I'm going to see what the time. Do we know what the time is right now? 30.
I think 34. 34 like 44.
All right. Start rating.
JD Top Step TV here. We got Andre in the buggy. He's about to go real fast, guys. Andre, what's
33 seconds.
33 seconds. 33 seconds. Keep your fucking foot on the gas. Don't hit that brake at all.
All gas, no brakes, baby. It's full send.
Here he goes. Last lap. Let's go.
Ripping. 35.
Second's not bad.
Second's not bad. Got slippery over there. Let's
go.
Good time.
Wow.
Good job. How about that?
Yeah.
It was raining.
There was Air Force was flying over, like just the sweetest.
That was cool.
Different type of planes because there's a base down there, I guess. That's what Dre meant by America. Like they kept flying over during the thing. That was awesome, Dre.
Yeah. Well, shout out to the producer peeps back there. Yes, MP was. All right, MP, get to your job. You locked out dice trading. You are up what? $1,300?
No, 1097, so $1,000.
Nice.
$1,100.
Stop here because.
All right. Thank you, MP, for hanging out.
I wasn't setting up. This
awesome
was.
Stuff. All right, MP, thanks for dropping by.
Flat finger mistake.
The rest of this week, man. Take care.
Why? Because.
Later, MP.
I didn't clear.
Gone. All right.
So that's my bad.
We got about 22 minutes left here in Fast.
So that's why I got only
Let's go around the horn. Let's take a look at gold. Haven't given that much love. 32, 22.
One entry. And that was supposed to be an exit.
House is still short from $72.07.
At the time,
last trade,
I didn't think we were going to get that low.
Haven't seen much on the tilt.
So then I went up and I changed
mostly 50-50
the take profit.
Dow minis, like
but this was originally the
40,711 last trade there. We did see the sell off in the Nasdaq. We saw buyer step back in.
I'm going to add more.
Dakota. Didn't get that gap fill.
Short still valid. I mean that's like that was really what I was looking for. We'll test it. It looks like we rejected. We tried to. We
come on.
Went a few points, ran some stops there, and we're just hovering.
Usually we get over here. 2.
Those still look kind of interesting.
Or 2 right here.
It's not like a super strong bounce. About 50 points. Might be some resistance up in these like 1900s.
1.
Might be tempting. Also might just rally up in your face.
1900, okay.
We're so close to the gap fill already. That'd be a heartbreaker for the shorts here.
A20. Maybe take a short to 19. Yes, again, 18,820 is the gap fill. Saw. Take a look at the ES. About a 15-point pop made in Ludos at 54.34. Now trading 54.50. Been seeing that number a lot. Hot streaks coming up. Big board coming up.
Order filled.
We see 17,000.
One more.
Today?
One more.
Dakota.
Whoa. Shit, Dakota, if that's the case, I'm selling 10 E-minis right now. Where are you seeing?
Order filled.
I mean, we've seen 19,000, 18,000, 17,000, 16,000, like
If
daily
anything, we
sometimes.
just add one.
Like,
And that's
maybe we
it.
do. I'm not talking about today, but I'm talking about.
We're gonna do
this
a
week.
FIBO here.
I mean,
This big
when
range.
Well, it already crossed
when I did the
halfway,
market kickoff yesterday,
which is
Dakota,
good.
we were
But
talking
let me
about
see
the
if
high
it
of
crossed
Wednesday's
what
range, which is
halfway
19,402,
this
and
other
then this
way.
20 moving average on the
Or-
daily. If we couldn't get acceptance back inside there, the thought is that we rotate all the way back
Right
through that Wednesday range,
Here.
and that kind of puts us in that
Yeah.
17 handle.
It's good.
Like you said, maybe not today,
Okay.
but
Fair.
this
So
is still a
now-
Look at the
downtrending market.
hourly chart.
So
The
now,
hourly chart look heavy.
put this away.
Okay.
Gonna get the FIBO.
We do have Barkin
where's the
speaking at the top of the hour. Barkin is set to speak in 25 minutes.
FIBO,
Haven't
right.
seen much from the
Right.
president
If you- if
with the
you were
meeting with
FIBO,
President
FIBO.
El Salvador. We'll obviously keep an eye out for that. He absolutely crushed it. Again, we're gonna have a morning recap coming up. We got Mr. Tuckman in the house as well. Toby and I are gonna be chopping it up with VIP Lounge. Amanda is gonna be joining us with Toby and myself. Then we got lunch.
Got a
Amanda, yes.
hold around here.
Reversal Challenge champ too, correct?
Ooh,
7-10-ish.
Mandy? Yes.
Oh,
Amanda,
Mandy.
no.
If it doesn't,
Okay, different.
We
Sorry for the
talk
confusion.
about
Mandy won Reversal Chance. We have Amanda joining us for
because it's
a
rejecting
VIP
the big
lounge with
one.
Dolby and myself. Then we got Lunchbox Trading, JD,
Not
Robert,
having any
Coach
luck
Paul,
getting the
also
regular big
co-star
one.
of At the Buzzer with Coach Jay.
So I might just
we got top quiz bag,
Yeah.
bag for
Very
Monday,
good.
Wednesday, Fridays now.
one.
Eddie and Bonnie.
No,
We have
Not
Eddie
gonna-
ramps
not
up
gonna
like a
happen.
New York Times crossword puzzle. It gets progressively harder throughout the week. So we'll see if Eddie
Order
can
not
filled.
gonna happen.
on Monday top quiz. We'll see. We got some
Cancel
selling coming in here.
orders. Cancel
And we
all.
got James
Cancel
B.
all.
Yeah, those 19,000s.
Click the button,
All right,
Dolby.
talk
You
to
guys
Dolby.
short
Why you
that?
sign?
I do.
Excited.
I could
He
write a novel.
rejected here. He rejected
Write a
there.
novel.
Andre,
So-
Write a novel.
What up, ho?
Tuckman on Friday was on a
Yeah,
roll.
wait
man.
a little
He went
bit
for- He went for 20
for this
minutes.
15-minute
You're gonna have your
candle
hands
to finish.
Just wound
And
him
then
up.
we go
Did he, how did he do with MOC? Did he call MOC again?
No, he was
Okay.
on a rant about a bunch of things. It should be another interesting one today.
Thank you, Hogue. We'll,
You can guess at what that rant was about.
I have a hunch. I have a hunch.
You know,
If
Andre,
this
that
market
MOC
sells off, he
came
will.
out like a puppy looking for a tummy rub, and it turned
Oh, no.
around. We hit 3 billion,
Order filled.
like 3,500,000,000 in the S&P at one point.
It's wild.
It came
Yup.
out real soft, and then it just hit really hard.
This market gives up the gains for the day before Peter Tuckman gets on. He's gonna be wound
He's gonna
up.
be livid. He's gonna be fired up.
Order filled.
New lows here. New lows. Nasdaq 18,009.
So we back at
Settlement test.
661.
18,807s.
How much did we lose here?
807. 820 is gap, correct?
We lost
Yeah, right in there.
20
1840s
and 20. It looks like
1840s to 920s, so we're in the gap right now.
what the Gemini is
Nailed
that?
that.
There's 900s.
Is that 26? Fuck, I can see.
Euro
Lows.
close
Just make
range
it big.
is sell off.
Yep. All right, new lows. Here we go. New lows. Yes, 54.29. Now we're beneath 18,900, 18,000 and
20 and 25.
99.
Okay, that's fair.
This should
Low.
help our crude position.
The most has
Oh, yes,
been
it should.
610. That's when we started, and we started with the NQ.
Those overnight lows in crude have been really
So
sticky.
please forgive me for that.
what's overnight low,
So
Hogue?
let's go back
Hogue.
to
6108.
Oh, wait. All right.
80.
It'll be
So far session
a 100 point
low,
winner.
6115. 16.
Dolby time. Dolby, Dakota. Absolutely. You heard Jay say downtrending market. Dakota looking for perhaps a short
Right.
of the 19,000.
So
Never would have gotten there.
now
Would have gotten close.
we
And Dakota
are
just calling the breakout to the downside. We got a
Looking
500
for
lot
an
here.
entry.
Downside ES 54 at 25. Scratch that. 400 lots.
Looking for
What
an
we haven't really
entry.
seen on the ladder.
What would
So
be
50,
fine
31. These guys are
somewhere right.
Great breakdown. Great analysis
Right.
here.
Oof, it's coming down
15
hard.
minutes in left and fast markets. Got morning recap
We'll
coming
put it
up.
there for now.
I was going short crude the entire opening call.
Order
and
filled.
gas
Picked
markets.
it up. So now we three.
The short
Three is
opportunity,
fair.
maybe 920s here.
So three.
Hey, what's up, Jay?
Okay, W.
What are we looking for?
These guys.
920.
What are we looking for?
I see it. I see it.
How low can we
I'm
go?
envious of
What's on the
Dakota's
other side?
intuition on that short there. Just no thinking, just pressing the button. It's a beautiful thing.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful thing.
New lows. New lows. See if that 400 lot gets filled the downside here in the ES. About 2 points away. 400 on the bid. 25 on 400.
They're going for it.
They're going.
Not
for
running
it.
for
Yeah,
the
there's no
400
ranges
lot.
here either.
Can put you right there.
25 on 400.
Oh, what's going on
25
here?
400.
Oh no, I have
5 on 400.
I have it right here, man.
Would love to see
What's
a bounce
up with
here,
that?
Jay.
I love it. We have it.
Wow.
40.
We said it. We're going to
91.
break out of that range eventually.
40.91 is the target.
And if we get
The
a
difference,
little-
Dakota, you've been saying this a lot.
40.
The difference between saying it and trading it.
491.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I was locked out though.
Yep. Yeah, no. Good luck out.
What's here? 25 for 400.
If only I had a runner.
5 for 400. 5. I always said on Hogue.
Sold.
Should have been 4.
Sold. Sold.
Sold. Yep. Here we go. 25 for 400.
There you go.
Filled and seeing new lows. 54.22s now. Trey, we are accelerating the downside. 54.21s now. Nasdaq new lows. Looking for that gap fill. 18,820. 50 points to go there.
40.
We just leave some buy orders down there. Just preempt the gap fill.
491.
Be a hell of a bounce if it does.
There we go.
Rally.
2-0.
Staying on to see what Peter Tuckman says
And over
about
here,
this.
40.91 is
About what? The sell off?
Yeah.
40.
Nothing, man. He was what Doug, when he was getting his FaceTime in, man. I saw him on CNN. I saw him on the Bloomberg. He said no to any camera. He said no. Yeah, he wouldn't say no to any camera last week. He
No,
was
not a
front and
chance.
center. Nuh-uh. CNBC homepage. What's on there? Nope, he ain't there today.
Exceptions,
You-
extensions. Oh, yeah.
He's talking about financial vandalism, I believe was the catchphrase he was toting
Yes.
around last week. Vandalism.
JD, let's take
That's
out those
great,
overnight
Jim.
lows in crude. Let's go.
So the S&P
Right
still
there.
has a lot more room to go to even start
That's
testing
where
that
we're
gap.
going. Right
So if you think
Could you still be
there's a
interested in
catch-up trade,
920s?
Right here.
uh,
That's the target right there. So
yeah, I
if
would.
you're
I mean, your risk
watching
would have to
this,
go above 970,
pay attention.
I
That's
see
where
that.
we're
50
going.
points. But the S&Ps have a
You
little bit
guys-
of room to catch up here.
I
Yeah.
could
You
even
guys
add
considering
one
the
more.
gap fill as the last candle that printed on April 11th. So the high of that
Somewhere
is
here.
838. Is that the full gap? Because we have some little
Look,
candle wicks.
Since it's
from
an A+
previous
setup.
I always thought it'd be
If
the
it were-
Yeah.
it's the
if it
first
were
price
me,
that
Dolby,
prints
it
on
would be
Sunday.
Let's get down.
the high of the
Let's
session
see.
on Friday would be the gap fill.
Somewhere
Oh,
right
the
Regular
fill.
trading hour session.
right there.
Okay, so it's filled then. Got it.
A+ setup.
It
No.
is not filled in the Nasdaq.
Told you it's an A+
Correct?
setup.
E2O.
It's an A+
18,820.
setup. It's an
No, it's
AVS.
not filled yet. But we did
Advanced
come to
value
this area of-
system.
This was major resistance.
Right
on,
there.
Okay, so
Live it and
the
color.
session
Come
gap
on,
closed.
baby. Come on.
Settlement
I'm
gap
gonna
is not.
do one then.
We're confusing people. We're gonna confuse people.
Yeah,
Let's
3 different ways to look at it.
stick. Yeah, stick with settle. Stick with settle gap. 'Cause that's the one that's visual on the
Order
chart.
filled.
Everyone can
There
see
we
it.
go.
Order
Not-
filled.
Oh, what? Well, okay, 6.
54.20.
Since it's 6, we're gonna sell one
Straight
somewhere
ES,
around here.
Finding lower. Another
'Cause that's
orderly
a
sell-off is happening right
That's
now.
not good.
Or does sound good.
Right here.
Got Barkin speaking at the
Still
top
up
of the
on the day.
hour. Or something.
Okay, before noon,
Is that
your
it'll
Justin
get
Green
down
Hogue?
here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you see,
You
that's why
said you
you
don't
gotta
like
be,
looking in the 100 tick. That gives
gotta
me
be on the
heart
ball with these
palpitations
numbers.
looking at that.
Yo, what's going on over there?
quickly go against you.
It's a
There's notes for
30-minute chart. So when I do the recap, I'll start on the 30-minute chart and then cut it down to like a 5-minute or a 3-minute so we can get a little bit better look at what you guys were taking.
Got it. Organized chaos.
Yes. Yeah, it's kind of a mess right now, but
All makes sense
chart.
to Hogue. All makes sense
here,
to
if I
Hogue.
go to the 3 and open it up,
Let me switch. There we go. Okay,
Much
that's a little. Okay. Love it.
Is that better?
Absolutely.
Interesting. You went against me.
Take a
Lot of
screenshot
trades.
and then you journal. Yeah.
Could
Yeah,
be.
I tell
Went
traders all the time.
against me.
Do that. You could do that. You take a screenshot and then a picture's worth 1,000 words. It's better than like a 2-page
Come on.
journal entry.
A little more. I need $100 out of here. I'm gonna put 2.
El Salvador president.
925.
You guys are just broing out.
Okay, good for them.
Yeah.
Just best buds.
All right, 18,911. We got all right, JD. Come on in. Oh, hot streaks. Hot streaks, and then we got big board. Your call, JD. Which one do you want to do first? Got about 10 minutes left here in fast markets.
Order
hot
filled.
streaks or a big board, my friend.
That's what
We
I'm
will
talking
start
about.
with hot streaks.
Right
We'll
there.
give Eddie a minute to get set up with the drum roll. But Hogue,
Okay.
I'm looking at this crude
So-
oil trade still. We're
still
about to hit some
going.
new lows. If we get
but
another leg
can
lower right now, I'm thinking we might have
buy
some room
one
to,
more.
lock in some more profits
Yes.
and
Got to
pull
take out that
CYA
overnight
down.
low.
Yes, looking at the overnight low in crude oil now.
Maybe
We're at about
50.
3 to 1
Order
R
filled.
on this trade
Yeah.
so far.
But not
so
this one. I'm
Oh,
not buying
lows
this one.
looking
Great.
I
good.
did take that short.
Not buying that
Wait,
one. No.
you did? 920s?
Yeah.
We
I
could
heard
do
you call?
another 100 here.
So I didn't take it exactly at 920.
But if
so I
I'm
wanted
gonna
to see
do
the reaction. So I'm in
100,
from
I got 5. I
899.
need to do like 3.
I'm short 2 from 899.
This
Looking
is
for
scary
settlement.
here.
807.
Order in. Should've put
Yeah, Adobe.
This is the new
Nice.
candle.
Good trades all around. Turn into a very nice day.
Oh,
All right. There's some traders that are having
No.
very nice
This
days
is
almost every
13
day.
minutes into the candle.
Sure, you're fun to
So
trade
we
in
are
hot
about to
streaks.
open a
At
new
the top,
candle
we've got
in.
Christopher. Christopher made $502 trading the Nasdaq on
Yeah.
Friday, sitting at 49 days. We're at $12,049. Siva Kumar put up an impressive $1,308
My name
trading the
in
micro
there.
Nasdaq on Friday. Now at 46 days, we're $16,952.
Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on,
Siva
come
Kumar
on,
is
come on.
also our
Come
lone
on, come
100K
on, come on.
XFA trader.
Here.
Everybody else here is in a 50K
Gonna
account.
make this an A+ setup.
Richard, $205 trading the micro S&P.
Come on down, come
Steven,
on down, come on down.
$232 trading micro Nasdaq, and Bradley $227.
Got a
out of
hit
the
here,
gold
right
market
here, right
on
here.
Friday. Impressive hot streaks
I'm
all
gonna make
around
a-
for these funded traders.
Excuse me.
All right.
Excuse me. That sounds bad.
JT Irby says, "Hey, where did I go? We're changing
there.
up the criteria. $200
Yes.
plus winning days. $200. You need 200 consecutive $200 winning days to maintain your spot on the hot streaks list. All good? How's the
Come
trades
on,
looking?
Come on, come on, come on.
Looking good.
Bearish. Great for Jay. Really nice trade.
JT, say
Nasdaq
order
did
filled.
turn
Okay,
negative.
very good.
Mm-hmm.
So we got 6,
Yep.
We're
225.
up 2%.
225. You're gonna see it here.
Right
It's
back to where
coming.
we started.
It's gotta come. It's gotta
There you go.
touch. It's right there. Any minute now.
Another leg
Come
lower
on,
in crude.
Come
Let's
on
do
down.
it.
Come on
Let's
down.
do it.
Come on down.
All right.
The
Eddie,
Qs are
what do you want
down.
here, bud?
Patience,
XPX is down.
and management are so
RTY is down.
and every trade day.
Gold is about to hit it. Crude is a 61.
Fill it? Not yet.
ES is a 54.
Soothing voice of Morgan
114.
Freeman. Thank you, Eddie. All right, guys, I'm going to rip through
NQ
these real
is,
quick. Not a whole lot of
18,
change on the big board
83.
from Friday. In fact, the
Dow.
only move in the top 16
And
was
our
Coach Dakota and Benjamin.
Dow
flip-flop places.
YM
Dakota
is
back
a
in fourth place.
45.03.
There he is on screen.
Come
You
on.
saw him just a minute ago.
Come on.
Then we've got
Come
Timothy
on.
N down there in
Look
seventh
at
place.
that.
Had that huge $93,000
Yeah,
win day. in the
baby.
live
I
Friday
love
last week.
you.
Popped him up from
Linear
I think he was
regression check.
in 18th place. Popped him up to
Kinkity
7th place.
man.
Also, we got Joswell, who was on our P&L
Come
board,
on,
took some
come on,
payouts
come
last
on.
week.
Come
Ming
on,
had
come
another
on,
big
come on,
week
come on,
last
come on.
week. He was on our
Come on.
Order filled.
P&L board and took some payouts. Ming down there
Order
in
filled.
11th place.
Come on, come on, come on, come on.
As for that, not a whole lot of
Come on,
movement
come on,
in the rest of the top 25 either.
Touch.
We've got
Get it.
Adrian
Get
down there in 24th place, moved up 3 spots. Jessica B. fell 2
Order
spots.
filled.
Here we
and
go.
then Riaz
Bingo.
and UA both jumped
Done.
up a single spot.
Let's
we've got
see.
Joshua down there in
Make
18th
sure
place,
everything
another
is
all-star.
canceled
You see
and
his
he's
name
done
quite a bit
with.
here on TopStepX.
Here we go. Here we
All
go.
right, there's your big board for today,
Here
Monday.
we go. Here we go. Here we
April
go. Wait,
14th,
wait, 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 wait.
2025, the day before tax day.
This
If
deserves
camera's ready, take
justice.
your screenshots.
Wow.
We will leave it up there
Justice.
for you.
Justice.
Taxes.
Getting that
Justice.
movement in crude right now. Here we
Too
go.
much
Yeah,
shit going
everything's
on
selling off
here,
right now.
man.
New lows
Come on.
down.
That was the overnight low.
New lows down. New lows S&Ps. New lows crude. $61 even last trade. The new lows put in there.
Look
Now
at
selling
that.
off here.
No,
Man,
but
oh
that's not what I
man,
wanted to
gap
show.
has
I
been
want to show you
filled in
this.
the NQ. Gap has been
$3,
filled in the
$4.
ES as
So
well,
that
I do
means
believe.
it's not worth adding just
Right,
at the
new
tip
lows.
of
Here we go.
no.
Has anything been
Because
said?
you say, all I got was $3, $4, and $12.
Well,
No bueno.
Here we
Hold
go.
that gap.
These are the good
Market's very strong once they get used to tariffs.
919191919
Trump.
right here.
Trump headline.
58,
Do we like
30,
800s?
58. Let's just round it. 60,
Trump buy, Dolby?
40,
Yeah.
40, 40,
See what you're looking at.
83,
30,
interesting.
12,
Like
I
800.
think it would be a
5,
quick
3.
scalp trade, if anything, if you do
Yeah.
long this, right?
So
maybe
let's see
just
how much was
the
it.
attempt to kind of keep this
$200
day green, right? Where we test settlement,
Huh?
maybe bounce from there. We see some shorts covering longs, but
Let's see a stop.
I think it would be a quick scalp, if anything.
Maybe we can nibble at
Very
80s.
good, very good.
I would.
Huh?
I would look at
Yeah.
670s.
Let me see.
670s for longs. Okay. Go ahead and pull these.
670, 18,670. Okay.
Maybe yeah, right around 700 evens.
Oh.
Or lows coming in here.
So from here to
We
here,
also
how
got
many?
room to go.
What we got?
All right, there's settlement.
459.
Nasdaq.
Oh my goodness! Look at that.
807s.
Like 40 points.
Settle test.
40 points.
Or are they just going to plow right through this?
Apple
54.05 last trade. ES.
Came down. Tesla came down.
TD, we're at TPO
Okay,
value
let
high
me go
in crude
in
right
order.
now.
Google
To
158
break into
See that we
down.
just
All of
about
these
kissed
are
4
down.
to 1 R on this trade.
158
How do you like,
Google.
CYA
Amazon 181.
61.55? How does
Meta
that sound?
533.
Lock in about 50.
Tesla 248.
And
Apple 201.
it'll take quite a move to get back above
Microsoft
that 6150 level.
386.
Oh, done.
Nvidia
61.55.
109.
Low.
Yep.
We left single
VIX
TPOs below
135.
that.
Qs 454.
I don't know.
Another 4
What do you guys think?
Range trade. Nice.
And
What's
what?
unrealized-
Why have
You know,
Jay,
what's
what do
unrealized
you guys
pin on the
think?
trade?
40 480
Unrealized pin all right now
40,
is
$471.
$1,050 unrealized.
It's a good amount.
And
That's a
Q,
damn good trade for oil.
18 807.
Super good trade for oil.
Oil closes at
ES
130, right?
5406.
130.
Yes.
Correct.
Do you guys have a goal for
SPY
this trade?
5371. Wow, he closed the gap.
Want
Uh,
to
we want to see
RTH
what about to see 5968
1860.
acceptance back into value from Friday.
That's a very aggressive goal.
Gold 32
just trail
I
it.
would like to lock in some profits.
3,215.
Hell yeah.
Trail
And
down to
Monday.
450.
oil 61.
Right there.
Yeah.
Yep, right there.
61, 62.
There we go.
CYA has been moved. 61, 62. Locking in 450 right now, and we'll let it keep running.
Nice job.
All right.
Value high from
Absolutely.
yesterday, 60.86. We gotta get down below that, and then I like the
This has too much power.
TPO point of control from Friday.
Oh, maybe this is the one that goes all the way up.
for a profit target.
Yep. This might be the one. Let's try it.
Might be getting heavy here in the ES.
Oh, it didn't take me, you
54.04.
motherfucker.
Oh, God.
That's just
Order
buy
filled.
buy
You
like
want
that.
my honest opinion on crude
Look,
oil?
Take the
boom,
damn
boom,
G.
boom.
Take the G.
Call the risk management and swing it for Wednesday.
Oh,
Swing it down to 60.
There's that balance in the Nasdaq from settlement.
Yep. 07. Pop last trade 18,838. What do we got here?
See if it
Tilted.
holds, though. It was not a very strong bounce. It was not that strong of a bounce.
Right. We
could
talked
be
about a
pro-
quick scalp that was 50 points. You should be taking profit here. I would be taking profit here if I took that long,
100%.
or at least thinking about it.
Jay, you're still short, right?
I'm still short, Hogue.
Nice trade, Jay.
See, that's why I left it there. Right there.
54.12. We got, again, speaker at the top of the hour, barking. We got another one an hour after that. President's starting to see some. We're starting to see some headlines leaking in here. Nothing crazy just yet, but we know perhaps once he gets started, he might continue to go. Anyways, Dolby time. Great seeing you again back here. We're going to see you in the VIP
Welcome back,
lounge
Trey.
with Amanda. We got Talkman coming up after the morning recap. Number 4, Dakota, coming nice little jab. Was down $1,700, ended the day up $2,500, Dakota, and at number 4 on the big board. Head coach of the Pop Squad. Also check him out. Slow markets. Where don't you see this guy? Then you got Coach Jay, Lunatics at the buzzer. Still short this market right now. Dakota, you're locked out. It was posted in the chat. If you see anything you do like, Dakota, what do you think?
Yeah, we'll see.
Great answer, Dakota. Get out of here, guys. All right, it's good to be back. Going time. I'll see you on the other side of this. Yeah. How about that? He's good at this too. You couldn't tell with that last one. Anyways, I'll see you guys. Good job, Jay. Keep us posted in the chat on how this trade plays out. Anyways, Top Step TV morning recap coming up. Tuckman after that. We'll see if he's fired up, Dakota. Anyways, Top Step TV. Let's go.
I'm gonna take this crude oil. I'm gonna. Oh my goodness! Look at that! I told you this might be the one because of the time. And when I saw this was 2 minutes. So 2 minutes was here, and we went in. Short. I don't know why I went. I'm sorry. I don't know why I went long. But in any event. Hold on. Gotta get out. That's the TV.
Well,
I think I was more nervous. I was more nervous watching it than he was. Yeah,
probably right.
I wonder what else
he
is
seems
here.
like he's cool as a cucumber, but man, the
We
relief
just
after
went that way.
That putt was just
There's got to be something on this side of
It's been over a decade, right?
Of the border.
Since he won a major.
Oh my God! Look at this.
If you're watching, Rory, nice job. Anyway, overnight stocks in Asia closed a bit higher. We got the Nikkei up 1.18%, the Hang Seng up 2.4%, and the Shenzhen
Interesting.
up 0.51%. Shanghai Composite also up 0.76%.
Interesting.
Stocks in Europe trading higher this morning. We got the FTSE up 1.69%, the DAX up 2.29%, and the CAC up 2.1%.
See you here.
All right, guys, we're going to get to some charts in just a few minutes. Hogue and Aaron Luce are going to be walking through some technicals. But Eddie, you got any news stories from over the weekend or last night to share before we get into the charts?
No, nothing. Nothing happened over the weekend.
Nothing. Yeah.
Golf. Yeah, that was it. There were no. Yes, of course we do. U.S. stock futures. Edge Tires traders assess some temporary technology-related exemptions from President Donald Trump's tariffs. But Trump says that these products will still be subject to smaller levies imposed earlier this year, and he did vow to review the whole electronics supply chain. Exports from China surged in March. That's a sign that U.S. importers were rushing like mad dogs to secure goods before Trump's duties on the Chinese items come into effect. U.S. stock futures pointed higher today, suggesting a positive start for the week for equities after the recent bout of tariff-driven turbulence. Dow added 245.
Order filled.
Okay, so we break even.
Nasdaq up by 296.
Right? This is where we
were
right here.
Let's go back in the time. Late Friday.
This baby.
Last Friday, the White House announced that smartphone computers and other electronics would be temporarily exempt from Trump's punishing duties, along with more potential tariff announcements on Washington. Traders like you and me will likely be keeping close tabs this week on a fresh batch of corporate earnings and key economic data out of China. Elsewhere, Bitcoin also found some footing as risk appetite improved in the wake of the U.S. tariff exemptions, while the index tracking the dollar against a basket of major currencies drifted just a little lower here, and gold prices inched back from a record high. And that's what I've got so far. I'm going to pass it back to you, JD.
Awesome. Thank you, Eddie. Hey guys, circling back to that gold opening range trade. We have Coach Jay on once a week for the opening call, and he's a big proponent of the 3-minute opening range as opposed to the 1 minute. And it seems like more often than not, the 3-minute hits a little better than the 1 minute. You notice any patterns in that, Hogue? Aaron, do you play opening range trades at all? Is this something on your
Order
radar?
filled.
Not really, no. Not if I trade the European session. But I'm keen to keep an eye on it here in the New York session though. It looks interesting. I've never really dropped down as low as the 1 minute or the 3 minutes, so I'm definitely interested to see how you guys find them timeframes for sure.
When it hits big. It'll if you hit it.
Friday one was huge.
Yeah, if you find yourself in a trend day, that opening range trade.
Order filled.
Typically, you print the higher low for the
So
session.
we are
right in that
short.
first minute, So if you get it on the right side, it's
we are
can be
short.
very lucrative.
Now I'm gonna
but Hogue,
make sure
we should do a little
that
back testing. We're gonna have
go-
Coach on tomorrow. We'll talk about it a little more. But yeah, he likes incorporating the VWAP and a 3-minute opening range on these trades.
Yep.
So,
and if the 1 minute it's going to play, it's going to play. We got long, it broke to the upside, but that rejection at value low from Friday was, there was no tempo up there, volume just kind of cut off up there. We could have recognized that and said, okay, you know what, this one is just probably not going to work. We could have gotten out, and maybe after that, taking a look at the 3-minute break.
We're going to take a loss down here.
We already saw rejection of value from yesterday.
Excellent point.
The reason I like that trade is because it's so mechanical. There's no question.
Yeah.
You do it or you don't.
You get in, you set your stop, and you just watch it play out.
Yeah, I like that.
All right. With that, we'll be taking a look at the crude oil trade, like I said, at the top of the hour. Until then, Mr. Hoagland, Mr. Luce, what are we looking at on the charts today?
Well, Aaron, it's a pleasure to be on screen with you. Thank you very much for joining us this morning. And I usually go pretty top down from the weekly charts and work our way down. If there's anything that you want to add, anything that you're noticing, anything that I'm not seeing, please just pop right in and just chime in at any time. So here is the weekly on the E-mini S&Ps. That's the daily. Here's the weekly. So what are we seeing on the weekly? A little excess on the low for the week, and we do have a bullish piercing pattern. This is a reversal pattern, traders, on the weekly chart. Technically speaking, this is a reversal pattern. Remember, there is a lot of uncertainty out there. Nobody knows what's going to be happening with these tariffs and how those tweets are going to come out throughout the day.
200.
So just be cautious. But technically, this is a reversal pattern.
We just do it right here.
We would see in a Aaron, I don't know if there's such a thing as a normal market, but in a normal market, you might start to think that this thing has recovered and may start to head back to the upside.
Oh, no, that's not
daily. Excess low on Monday, excess low on Wednesday. Pretty much all excess below last week's weekly kickoff low. That has now been raised to 50.46. We're going to be opening with a gap. The open interest was a loss of 17,000 on Friday. Short covering, folks. That's probably short covering. We had low volume and a loss in open interest on an up day is usually indicating short covering. No new buying coming in necessarily on Friday. We saw the new buying coming in on Wednesday. Take a look at the 30 now. Folks, this is always all about context, always remembering risk management and patience in our trading. So, we didn't open with a weekend gap here in the S&Ps. But we did open, initially with a gap that was closed immediately. I'm going to be looking at overnight inventory from where we opened last night, which is right here, and we are here. So if there's overnight inventory, it might be a little bit to the long side. We've been putting in higher highs, higher lows. We are opening with a session gap
here
and a
we
settlement gap. So the rules, generally speaking, are if we cannot close this gap relatively early, the market is strong, and we're going to continue to look for opportunities to the long side. There's there's weaknesses in structure above. We've got a session gap here that goes from 55.40 half up to 56.11 quarter. We've got a couple of naked points of control that remain from points higher that are visual targets.
That's not a good sign.
But we're still struggling with that afternoon pullback high that we put in, the high on Wednesday at.
I'm not liking
both
it.
The S&P and in the Nasdaq. Aaron, what are your thoughts? If you have anything you'd like to add, anything I'm missing?
No, this is good. If anyone on the YouTube chat was on our London stream this morning, we actually pretty much have said the exact same thing. We were talking about us coming up and filling in this initial wick up here in the Asian session, and it looks like you've kind of crept up there perfectly. So very, very similar outlook to you as well, which is nice to see.
Thank you. So I'm doing it right. We saw a lot of chatter in the Discord. Anne-Marie had a really good point. She's like, that first 30-minute bar, I mean, the entire overnight until recently was inside that bar. So we stay inside that bar. We're looking at a lot of chop and a lot of range-bound activity. Let's see if we can, take out the overnight high after the open and see if there's any business to do up there. I'd love to see a revisit of this afternoon pullback high, which put in our high on Wednesday.
But still, don't trust.
Let's see what happens. All right. Let's take a look at the Nasdaq now.
321 is where?
Nasdaq gives me heart palpitations.
321 is where?
But again, on the weekly chart, we've got a reversal pattern. We've got a bullish piercing pattern here. Excess on the low.
314.
So take it for what it's worth. Anything can happen, but technically, this is a positive for a potentially lasting low. Who knows what's going to happen? Remember, this is just all about context. No prediction. We're not calling anything here. We're just saying it as we see it. Look at the daily. I mean, they're very similar to the S&P.
43.14. This is where we need
excess
to go.
low, excess low. We've moved the weekly kickoff level up a little bit here at 17,400. We're back to 15% off the March all-time high. March contract.
Let me see how's the goal.
The market is attempting to recover as some of the uncertainties certainly remain. Apparently, the market is feeling a little bit better about the uncertainties that are left. And anything can happen with these tariffs. Take a look at the 30-minute chart. So, Friday, the market opened and ranged, and then it started to push higher, almost in a double distribution trend day type of situation. But the open interest was inert on Friday, only adding approximately 150 contracts all day. Is this, maybe some new buying coming in with some long liquidation as part of the end of the week? We can't really tell that. Order filled. The inert open interest makes it very difficult to try and determine what any longer time frame traders were doing or thinking. Maybe they were just not playing on Friday. It was an inside day after an inside day.
This one right here.
Volume really kind of slowed in the S&P and in the Nasdaq. Back to the daily chart here for the Nasdaq. Look at Friday's volume. Really kind of slow, really kind of relaxed, really kind of like blah. So let's look at the 30-minute chart again. Sorry about that. All right, so one thing that we do notice is after that low on Wednesday, we've been putting in higher lows. After Thursday, we've been putting in higher lows. Again, we did open with a weekend gap that does remain in the Nasdaq. So that gap goes from the low end 18,873.5. And
so
to
we got
the upper
two
end here, just approximately
chingaderas working.
18,952.
Let's see if we can
So
get
this
this
weekend
chingaderas
gap
going.
remains. If you're of the ilk that says gaps tend to get filled, you're probably right. Their weakness is in structure, but the question then is when.
So what is
have we really even
there?
looked below this their first 30-minute bar? We haven't looked above it. We're right inside of it.
Crude oil
overnight inventory.
this,
You know, if I'm going to go from where we opened last night,
here.
pretty much flat. Overnight inventory is probably not going to be an issue after the open. So we're just going to
crude oil and
I think chill a little bit. You know, if we can't close the gap relatively early, the afternoon pullback low that put in the high on Wednesday still remains an issue.
So this
above
is
that, yes,
15.
there are visual targets for price to try and get to. Naked point of control 19,613, which is 612 is the kickoff high.
And then the other one is
20,064. You see what happens here. There doesn't seem to be a lot of impetus or the market to do anything magnanimous today. Again, a lot of folks kind of feeling like it's going to fall into some sort of a range day today because of that big 30-minute bar on the open and the fact that the market remains inside of it. Aaron, what are you thinking? It's probably very similar to what you would say about the S&Ps.
Crap.
Yeah, I mean, when we kind of looked at it this morning, I very rarely look at the monthly time frame, but I was looking at this monthly and seeing like, wow, this is, the picture has changed very quick.
So this is oil.
One thing that I kind of, a lot of people were asking is like, do you think that this is going to be the bottom where
oil, look at that.
New all-time highs? And I was kind of saying, it's like,
that's
kind
a
of what you
beauty.
said, like I'm not trying to predict that level. I'm not trying to think that
this
far
one
ahead.
Is
what I'm also wanting to try and do is how have we closed over the past few days, and we've broken out some very nice levels,
right here and right here
levels. So
we're
how
going
high we squeeze, I'm not too sure, but to
into the
continue
big legs
high,
right here.
To me,
holy
makes the most
macro.
sense.
This one about to click, and this one is where
I expect a slower week this week, not as crazy as last week. But yeah, personally, I like
first time for everything. Hells yes!
I don't really like.
Now let's get back to.
You may fill in that gap.
This guy's talking too much.
But right now, it doesn't give me any signs to say that is happening anytime soon. So
come on.
Same as the S, I think it was quite nice.
Yeah, I mean.
Wow, look at
monthly,
that. 735.
Certainly look like lows.
Oh, crap.
Yeah.
No, right here. 150 something,
Awesome.
500 and something. Yeah, buddy.
Crude
Crude oil.
Weekly.
6072.
Weekly crude oil.
All right.
Look at that.
Look at that.
Excess.
Come on.
Not too cheap.
This is the one that worries me the most. This one.
Sellers backed off. Buyers took over throughout the week. Very indecisive after a breakout of this magnitude. What's that tell us? Well, a lot of folks wondering what's going to happen. It seems to be less about directional activity than waiting for information. It is, however, rollover. Rollover has a tendency to keep markets range bound as the longer time frame focuses on moving positions from the front month to future months. We lost 16,000 in open interest on Friday. Let's take a look at the weekly. So this is very typical of rollover, where the market just kind of stays in a reasonable range. Reasonable being, this was a volatile week in everything last week. And we're still in it. Probably tomorrow or Wednesday, we'll be moving to the June contract. As that volume is greater in the overnight session, we will be moving to the June contract. You won't have to do anything on TopStepX. If you are trading on a different platform, you'll have to move the contract into the June contract. We want you trading the most liquid, highest volume contract. So we will be certainly letting you know when to do that. But look at the volume. Volume is dying partially because the volume is moving into the June and future months. So this is a little bit deceiving. Overall, in all of the months, we lost 16,000 in open interest. Very difficult to read that during rollover. Very difficult to read that in crude anyways, because there's 10 years of monthly contracts out there, and a lot of them have a lot of open interest. So
My
again,
bad.
very difficult to read
Close
that
everything.
in crude oil. The one thing about this, this order fill was really kind of the breaking point to the downside. Order fill. Look what it's been doing since.
See what happens when you're too greedy?
It's been showing a pretty decent degree of resistance.
See what happens when you're too greedy?
If we're seeing longer time frame, or we're seeing accumulations of shorts up against this level, breaking that level, a breakout back into that range could be a substantial move or not. We're seeing some sellers coming back into the market as price revisits that level. Aaron, what do you think about that? I mean, I don't even know if you look at trend lines, anything like that. Some people do, some people don't. It's whatever works for you.
I like trend lines, to be honest. I like to try and look for the places where a lot of people are trying to buy in the trend lines, like that big oil play, and I'm trying to squeeze that a little bit lower. And oil had a huge bounce last week. It's kind of what we spoke about towards the end of last week. I did like this little inverse head and shoulders play here on oil.
Mm-hmm.
We called this nice little retracement here in our London session today to have a little squeeze higher. Like order fill. Test a little bit higher. If we could, squeeze up more. I do like this $65 level as well. Kind of sits nicely around these lows. But yeah, it was a huge bounce, like coming into levels from back in 2021, which
we're still in gold.
Is absolutely huge. So maybe squeeze up into last week's highs, which kind of sits nicely around these areas. I like order to
order fill.
More, I think it's looking. This was a really nice higher time frame play towards the end of last week. But again, we are coming into some strong areas now, which could give us a intraday pullbacks before we could see that $65 area again. But very nice bounce.
Neckline. Order fill is a really good target there, isn't it?
Yeah, I like that. That's looking good.
So we're gonna get 50 out of here.
So, all right, let's take a look at the 30. I know that
40.
Aaron was just showing the 240 minute,
we want to get,
which really did a good job of showing the head and shoulders.
Something out of here.
Kind of seeing it here. Order filled.
Yeah, we already what?
Yep.
Oh, you
the
got
30-minute chart.
Yeah, it's nice.
And that neckline is really close to that trend line. Mm-hmm. And then there's a gap above. Order fill. Order fill. Gap fills. I mean, $65. It doesn't even fill the gap. It could be even bigger than that. Let's take a look at a potential measured move here. So we've got so where's the one?
This is when you lose money.
Order filled.
Spread your wings too wide.
Order filled. Be even bigger than that.
6,000 was better than this.
We'll keep an eye on that. Could be an interesting opening range trade. All right, let's jump into gold now and take a look at what we're seeing. This is Aaron's bread and butter.
Have a nice day.
Right here.
All done.
Aaron is a gold man.
Let's go.
Which pretty much I have been since January. So here's the weekly excess low, just continuation move, volume and open interest. So increased overall throughout the week yesterday. We did take a small loss on Friday in open interest. However, volume, open interest, all healthy for a continuing upside auction.
I saw that one.
Doesn't mean it's going to happen. It's all about probability.
Okay, we're all done.
And context. Aaron, do you have anything you want to talk about on this weekly chart, or should we just move on?